Hey guys, Flamengo greetings. This is Flamengo. Welcome to the Paparazzo Rubro Negro channel. If you're just arriving, please follow, like, and share on all platforms. On YouTube, subscribe, turn on notifications with the bell, and give the video a like. We have exclusive news information about the possible signing of Bernardo Silva by Flamengo. Flamengo does not rule out the signing. We spoke with Jose Boto. Flamengo does not rule it out. It's exclusive information confirmed directly with Jose Boto, Flamengo's football director. We also bring information here about Danilo, who could join Flamengo. He's also on Botafogo's transfer list. On Botafogo's transfer list, Botafogo is being sued. We're going to talk about all of this. We have other situations to bring up here. Saúl, the campaign there, after the campaign for the number 14 jersey for Arrascaeta, a campaign that I also suggested regarding Saúl. I also want to talk about Everton. Araújo. What happened? It was cowardly what they did to Everton. Araújo. Cowardly. We're also going to talk here about Paquetá's situation. Bagritar. It wasn't Bagritar. Yeah, so now it's not Bagritar anymore. All right, we're going to talk about all of this here. Also, the numbers, the players' ratings. Lucas Paquetá is crushing it. And we're here reminding you that you can get this Zico jersey 40 years since Zico's return. And at the YouTube shopping store, here at the YouTube shopping store, you help Flamengo, official Flamengo products, Brazilian, all the lines. And actually, I'm going to say it here. Congratulations, Aunt Leila. Thank you, Aunt Leila. You were responsible for the sales record on Shopee. Flamengo and Shopee launched an official Flamengo Shopee jersey, an official Flamengo jersey. Shopee and Flamengo launched it, and it's a sales success. It's a record. Leila probably doesn't know where to hide her face now, helping Flamengo. Thank you, Aunt Leila. Thank you. You are responsible for the success. The best-selling item right now is Flamengo shirt from Shopee, and you can find all Flamengo products here on YouTube Shopping, and it really helps our Mengao a lot. I also want to remind you that you can secure your spot with Haroldo's Caravan. You can secure your spot at Flamengo games anywhere in the world, in Brazil and at Maracanã, with the ticket included. Well, let's go. Let's go. We've got a lot to bring. We've got the mixed zone to cover. Also with Everton Ribeiro, with Flamengo's players, Everton Araújo. I'll start here by talking about the cowardly thing they did to Everton Araújo, the player. Man, it's unacceptable and unbelievable what happened to Everton Araújo, my friends. He was leaving the game, passing right after the mixed zone, and there was a fan. On the way to the bus, there was a fan asking for a photo, and he stopped to meet the fan who was asking for a photo. He stopped. The fan, instead of taking a photo with him, pushed him and said, "No, I want to take one with Rossi," and started calling, "Get Rossi over here. Rossi, Rossi, Rossi." Respect the hustle, man. He's playing really well. He's on fire. He's killing it. Everton Araújo, clubs from abroad are watching. The kid was super chill, man. He just went there to take a photo with you, and you went and pushed him. So now I'm starting this campaign here. I want a photo with Everton Araújo. You Mango fan, comment here, post on social media, tag him. I want a photo with Everton Araújo. Just to be jerks. It's absurd that these guys are doing this, okay? Yeah, look, Paquetá. Yeah, we also had him here. He's killing it. Besides Everton Araújo, the one who's flying is Lucas Paquetá. He's a beast. And thank God Flamengo released a statement saying nothing serious happened, okay? Yeah, don't worry. Flamengo said he didn't have an injury. He had already posted that too. Tests revealed swelling in the tendon of his left thigh, and the midfielder has begun treatment. Flamengo's medical department had already shared this on social media. But the forecast is that he'll miss 2 games. So against Vitória and against Atlético Mineiro, he's out. And Saúl is coming back. So, man, are we going to talk about Saúl here now? But it's very important for us to know that Paquetá will be back quickly. That's the most important thing to me. And Paquetá's numbers are impressive. Look, yeah. In the last 5 games, he has an average rating of 8.0 on Flash Score with 3 goals scored, and he's already the team's 2nd top scorer this season, okay? He became a key player for the team. All right, with recent ratings, 7.7 against Santos in Flamengo's 3-1 win, 7.0 against Cusco in Flamengo's 2-0 win. At high altitude, 7.8 in the 2-1 win over Fluminense, 9.0 in the 4-1 win against Independiente Medellin, and 8.5 in the 2-0 win over Bahia. That's quite a run. 5 straight Flamengo victories where Paquetá stood out with a rating of 7 or higher. That's impressive. You know that a 7 on these score apps is a really high rating, so Lucas Paquetá is reaching impressive levels. And those people who were calling him Bagrata, I remember there were people calling him Bagrata, saying he was trash and all that. So what now? Man, where are they now? Wasn't he trash? And now, what are you going to call him? That's what I say. Sometimes people miss the chance to keep quiet. It was a great opportunity to keep quiet. It was too expensive. A player valued at 42 million euros isn't worth that much. He'll prove he's worth it if Flamengo wins everything. He'll prove he's worth it if they win 2 important titles or even just 1 important title. But just based on how he's playing, he's already proving it and deserves the Copa do Bom, which wasn't an injury because he deserves the World Cup, and I'm sure he'll go to the World Cup, okay? They'll have to leave someone out since Danilo deserves to go too. We'll discuss Danilo here. And another thing, if you're watching one of our clips on Paparazzo or on Paparazzo Rubro Negro, when are you watching the clip? If I say I'm going to talk about a subject, you can look either on Momento do Paparazzo or on Paparazzo 2. You can look on the other channel. You go there to Momento do Paparazzo or go to Paparazzo 2 because the clip will be on the other one, okay? The full video is on the Paparazzo Rubro Negro channel. So, look, we have another situation here to talk to you about, which is the campaign I launched that's going viral. Saúl's brother even commented here. I don't know if Saúl has seen it yet, but Johnny Niguez, Saúl's brother, commented, "Thank you, Paparazzo Rubro Negro. Prayer. Through prayer, support my brother." So I came here to ask all of you to pray for Saúl and his son, right? Yeah. So it always happens. I have to say, people here always defend me. Thank you so much, man. Thank you so much, because even in an amazing post like this, asking people to support, to campaign, to support Saúl, and I want to talk about this with you all. A guy came and said, "Oh, the guy who lives off Flamengo and lives in the United States, huh?" Then people try to lay their heads on the pillow. First, yeah, then the guy replied to him here, "Look, if one day you can touch Jesus, you'll need to wear gloves." Then the other one, Maria Filotas, posted this: "What does it have to do with anything? If you don't feel moved by someone else's pain, the one who needs treatment is you." Anderson, that's envy, it's bad. Leandro, so what? It's much better than living. No, it's not better to live in Brazil. My daughter lives in Brazil. I'm going to Brazil. It has nothing to do with it, okay? It has nothing to do with it. So it's impressive, man. Honestly, it makes me sad how jealous people are, you know? It's a lot. It's a lot of envy. It's a lot of envy. Thanks for the comments. Yeah. From you guys who are out there defending, okay? And the guy follows me. The guy follows me. Yeah. What madness. What madness. Talking nonsense just like that, man. Envy. Envy is terrible, man. Envy is terrible. What a shame. Well, that's my campaign. For us to support Saúl, for Flamengo's organized fan groups to support Saúl. And then I told my story that I was in a coma for 3 months, that I was revived 3 times. And that 13 years later, this was in 2013, and 13 years later in 2026. That burned. Do I want it or not? Divided by 2, 26 is 13. 2013 was what happened to me. We are in 2026, 13 years later. And then in 2013, there was Elias who scored that goal. There was Elias. And I was at Maracanã Stadium with the device taking the pus out of my back because I had a bed sore, that pressure wound. And I was at Maracanã. Without my family knowing. Elias's goal was thrilling. And I remembered that goal a lot because of Saul, because of what's happening with Saul. And now, 13 years later, My son was born almost at the same time as Saul's son, just a little younger. He was born a little earlier. And I get emotional as a father with what's happening to Saul. I get really emotional, okay? And I'm praying a lot. I ask you all to pray a lot too, to get behind this campaign and for the fan clubs to honor him, okay? So, man, I'm glad that the campaign we did for Arrascaeta to wear number 14, which was his and which belonged to Oscar before, worked out. This beautiful tribute that everyone, and even Simon, the former referee, said that rules are there to be broken, that he should have had the awareness not to give a yellow card. In Arrascaeta's case, the former referee Simon said that. But wrapping up Saúl's situation here, I think everything will work out. It's already working out. I heard it's working out. I heard he's already recovering his son, and we can pay this tribute because he was a giant. And yeah, man, my son was born, right? Otinho was born 13 years after I died and was brought back to life 3 times after everything I went through. So there you go. God works miracles in our lives. That's it. And what about Botafogo, huh? They might lose Danilo as Flamengo is monitoring him, and he's reportedly on their list of possible signings. Flamengo has shown ongoing interest. Luis Henrique is also on Flamengo's radar. And Danilo's agents took action against Botafogo last Friday, claiming that an agreed commission from the player's transfer was not paid. The claim is around 6 million reais, but the money is gone. There's no money. How are they going to pay 6 million? 6 million, the money is gone. And it's a provisional enforcement of the judgment filed by the company responsible for the athlete's career, okay? So Botafogo is being sued by Danilo. Danilo's eager to leave, right? Wanting to get the money, suing the club. Flamengo is watching. Several other clubs are interested. Look here, Frazão, every game, this guy scores or gives an assist. It's time for Flamengo to go after him. Hey, Flamengo Goiás, Gabriele sent this here. Look, Flamengo tagged Flamengo. Let's buy him, right? And Flamengo isn't going after him. They need to go after him before others do, right? Williams sent this here. Flamengo isn't going after a guy like this. Come on, take care of Flamengo. Buy him. Let's get him. Oh, no. Let's get money from that other company of the president's to pay. It's going to be tough, right? Just sell him to Flamengo already, man. This is crazy. People are freaking out, wanting Danilo to be signed. It's amazing. I think he's going to the World Cup. If he goes with Paquetá, can you imagine? Paquetá and Danilo as Flamengo midfield options? My God. Look, Bap, for the love of God, invest money in this guy. He's worth the money. This guy is worth it. They want to sell something they didn't even pay for. There's still that situation, right? There's still that situation. Flamengo has to take advantage and sign this guy. So the fans are campaigning for Danilo's signing. And you, what do you think? Comment here. I'm totally in favor of signing Danilo. Now let me bring you exclusive information about Bernardo Silva, right? The Portuguese midfielder Bernardo Silva can, right? He could, but he probably won't. He will leave Manchester City at the end of the European season in July with no transfer fee. The information was released by journalist Fabrizio Romano. Here we go, look at that. With this situation, the player is starting to attract interest from European clubs, as well as teams from Saudi Arabia and the United States. Behind the scenes, his name also comes up as a possible opportunity for Flamengo, which is monitoring the market in search of reinforcements. Look at that, huh? A very interesting name for Flamengo. Bernardo has already worked with coach Leonardo Jardim at Monaco, a factor that could carry weight in a possible negotiation. Recently, defender Danilo posted a photo with the midfielder, increasing the speculation. Meanwhile, the player is focusing on his final commitments with City before deciding his future, with the expectation of negotiating with his new club before the next World Cup. Flamengo, in turn, plans to strengthen the squad during the international calendar break and sees the Portuguese player as a versatile option to play on the wings. Even at the age of 31, Bernardo is considered an interesting name by Jose Boto, not fitting within Flamengo's current age limit of 26, right? Since we're talking about a Galactico, let's quote Jose Boto responding, "We'll look into it." Interesting, my boy at Benfica, but he's a Benfica fan. He even has a tattoo. It must be very hard to sign him, okay? But he's very interesting for Flamengo. He considers him a very interesting player for Flamengo to sign, okay? And he says, that's my boy at Benfica. In other words, it's a player he brought up at Benfica. We also found out from another source that Barcelona or Juventus could be the destination, and that he should, right? Choose to stay in Europe, even Benfica would be off the athlete's radar. So these are the important pieces of information we got from Boto, because after Fabrizio's news came out, a lot of people were saying he could come to Flamengo, so we went to check with Boto. They find the name very interesting, but say it's very difficult for Flamengo to sign him. Comment, is it worth the effort? Should Flamengo go after Bernardo Silva? A marquee signing, huh? Or not? Comment here. For me, he plays really well. I want to know your opinion here because for me, it's always very important. And what do you think about Maracanã and Correio Sonoro?
It's very emotional. I'm very, very grateful for everything I experienced here, for such a warm welcome. It's always an honor to be able to come back here and relive a little bit of what I experienced here with my friends, right? With this great crowd, with this great team, so I'm very grateful for all the affection they have. I also have a lot of affection for you, and Flamengo has a bit of respect from Flamengo for you.
Editor, do you see it that way?
Yes, like I said, I'm very happy with all the affection I receive all the time. And it's very rewarding to be able to play here on this beautiful stage, to be here again, even as an opponent. But to feel this atmosphere, to be able to have this great match, it's an immense happiness to play, especially on a stage with great players on both sides. So, to receive this affection, I'm sure that I also have this affection, and I will always carry this affection with me, this love for the victory, for Flamengo's great fans.
And the video call from the Flamengo boss was crazy. How was it there? How did you set up a backstage moment there soon after, on your birthday?
Exactly, right? Yes, it was a meeting there. Suddenly Diego called me. Soon after, Rafinha, Felipe, Diego, Alves joined in, then Mr. We reminisced about great moments. We're grateful for everything we went through and also celebrated my birthday. So it was really cool. This friendship will last a lifetime. We know it was a magical moment for everyone. So it was nostalgic and really good to be talking with my friends on such an important date, which was my birthday. Thank you. Thank you, Everton. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Everton. Thank you.
Everton, where are Toto and Baby Guto? Everton.
They're at home, they're at home.
There's class tomorrow, right?
Class tomorrow.
3, huh? 3 here. Come on, guys.
Go. Good evening, Saul. Good evening, Saul here. Congratulations on the win, on the assist. I wanted to know from you, how do you see this moment? Coming back with so much competition in Flamengo's midfield? Does your assist give you confidence to fight for a spot there in Flamengo's midfield?
It's the first time I've been away from the team for so long. I really wanted to come back. Right now, honestly, I'm not worried about competing for a spot or anything like that. I just care about recovering well and being physically fit. So I can help Flamengo, and when I'm in top condition, it'll be up to the coach to decide. I think I have a lot to contribute to the team. I'm feeling better and better. Obviously, I'm still going to be in pain for a while, but that's something the doctors always say is normal. After this surgery, I feel good and especially happy to be with the team and continue like this, since the team is doing very well now.
First of all, hello. First of all, congratulations on the victory as well. I wanted you to talk a little about the assist, your first touch on the ball. You already gave an assist to Paquetá, and if that play is something you practice in training, or if it was more by chance, and if you could talk a little about the goal.
It was rehearsed before the game. Before going out onto the field, I told Nico, well, the change, I wasn't prepared to make it before the corner. What happened is that I told the referee to do it right away, that I was going to score a goal. And, well, I couldn't score a goal because I'm really eager to score a goal wearing the Flamengo jersey. But anyway, I got an assist, and the team got a good win, which was the important thing.
Saul, good evening.
Good afternoon, congratulations on the victory.
Parabéns pela vitória.
You've been playing great games, getting better and better in Flamengo's midfield, and today Saul is back, Dela Cruz is coming back too. I wanted to know how you see this competition for the 2 or 3 spots in Flamengo's midfield, considering your football's getting better and better, right, man?
Yeah, I want to thank God for the opportunities I've been getting. I'm really happy to be improving and to be helping Flamengo more and more. It's important for players like Saúl, Nico, Gorginho, Puga, for everyone to be ready to play. All of Flamengo's defensive midfielders are very skilled, and I think that regardless of who is there, whoever Leo Jorginho chooses to play will get the job done.
You mentioned the other players in the position, right? And that you have potential ever since you were in the youth academy. Everyone already knows that. And how much you have grown as well in the professional team. But how important have these experienced players in the squad who share the position with you been for your growth and development more and more?
It has been very important. Like I said in the other interview as well, I'm a guy who always asks what needs to be done. I talk a lot with Jorginho. He gives me a lot of tips there about how to move the play forward, how to keep improving there. And for sure that has been making me improve more and more on the field.
Also, taking advantage of this, talking about your good performance, I wanted you to mention the importance, how much weight and value that has, about how Leonardo Jardim's arrival has affected your game, whether he's given you any advice or instructions, and a little about what he's brought to your performances.
If I may say, it was definitely very important. As soon as he arrived, he had a conversation with me. He said that opportunities would come because the schedule is very busy. There are a lot of games, and that's how it went. Unfortunately, there were injuries to the other midfielders, but whoever comes in has to get the job done. And thank God I'm getting my opportunities and managing to live up to expectations.
Good evening, Leão. For this game, Bahia had one of the best attacks in Brazil with 49 goals scored this season. How significant is not conceding a goal? If I'm correct, it's the only Brazilian league game where Bahia hasn't scored. What are your thoughts on this defense?
Man, it's really good. I think it was a defensive performance from the whole team. There were some moments when we struggled a bit, when the game got a little broken. At some moments, the game became very open because of the transitions, and sometimes it got a bit dangerous. But we managed to hold on well, to defend well. It's a team that controls the game a lot with possession and defends a lot that way. Sometimes we don't face that many attacks because we keep possession so well. There are a lot of players with a good touch in the midfield who control the game. But I'm happy that we managed not to let them be so incisive. Up front, they had few chances, I think, maybe a few shots from outside. João Lucas took a shot from outside in the second half that hit the post. And there was also a scramble from a set piece in the first half, I think. So I'm happy with the performance. I think it's always a very tough team to play against, but we've managed to play good games against them, and we managed to put the game away at the end, and getting this win is important. Thanks.
Talking a little bit about the upcoming match on Wednesday, which is the Copa do Brasil. Last year, Flamengo's priority was made clear, which was the Brazilian League and the Libertadores, and the Copa do Brasil ended up falling by the wayside. Looking ahead to Wednesday's game, have you already discussed if it's a priority in all tournaments, or how is Flamengo handling the Copa do Brasil right now?
Well, I think not only this year, but last year as well. Obviously, the coaching staff and the board, they see some tournaments maybe as a priority, and maybe they choose one or another. Depending on the lineup, maybe preserving a player who is more worn out, I don't know if that's going to happen, but sometimes it does because of their own priorities. But for us, any game wearing Flamengo's jersey is to win, it's to qualify. Any tournament we enter is to win it, and we've already been champions in 2024, right? So it's really good. It's a very good competition to win as well with Flamengo's jersey. So we always hope to fight for all the competitions, and we have the squad for that. So regardless of whoever is picked to play on Wednesday, Flamengo's goal is always to win titles.
Leo, good evening. Congratulations on the victory today. Besides Flamengo's win, it was also a day marked by tributes to Oscar, right? We know you're a big basketball fan. He was a huge idol in basketball and for Flamengo. How did you and the group react to the news, and how did you prepare for the tributes?
Man, it's really sad to lose a sports idol, like I said, not just for Brazil, but I think worldwide, even though he didn't play in the main league, maybe the NBA, right? He's a guy who was always remembered by players who were great in that league, the Americans,
who are the ones with the most tradition, but they always spoke about him with real reverence, right? I've seen it. I'm a huge fan of Kobe, and he's talked about him a lot, so we can see how influential he was, even though he maybe didn't play in the world's top league. And man, it's really sad, you know, I didn't have the chance to meet him, right? He would be someone I would really like to meet. It's a loss for sports, a loss for Brazil, but I obviously want to offer my condolences to the family. I hope he rests in peace, right? May he have a peaceful passing. And the tributes are well deserved, and maybe we can't even reach the level of tributes he deserves, given how great he was. So I think it's no coincidence that Araújo scored, so I'm sure he was with us a little today too, helping us get this win. Thanks.
That's it. Please follow, like, and share on all platforms. On YouTube, subscribe below, click the notification bell, and like the video. Thanks for your company. Black and red greetings. This is Flamengo. Thanks.